encourage you to get your notepads out. Let's take notes. This will be the third time I've watched this, and I'm so excited to hear it again because this is a game-changing experience right here, okay? So y'all get your notes out, ready to take, and let's get started. Go ahead, Roger.
Personal producer in Primerica. Now, Asaad didn't do all that production, just running around trying to do sales. Asaad is a field training maniac, and there's going to be some combination that all of you have where initially all the work you're doing is you. And then, as you get successful, as you have proof, as people start checking out incomes and seeing your income go up, more and more people are going to want to work with you. They're going to want to introduce you to everybody they know. And that's the magic. You get your skills up, you get your income up, you get your systems down, and you are going to duplicate like crazy. Asaad has done that. He's going to be teaching us today about our term life insurance, our product. I mean, think about this. How many people in Primerica have an insurance license and do not really completely 1000% understand the one product they've got to earn money with and help and serve the consumer, and they don't completely understand that? That makes no sense to me whatsoever, that you get a license and then not understand your life product inside and out. So Asaad, give it to us, buddy. Thank you.
Hey, thank you so much, John. Appreciate you. Big time, Valentina and Lillian. Great job. So proud of you guys. And thank you for blazing a trail. Now we need about another 10 or 20 or 30,000 people doing that and changing their lives. And hey, Dean and Christian and John and all leaders of the LFIC, I want to give honor where honor's due. Thank you so much for fulfilling Art's dream and making this better for all the newer people coming in. You guys are legends. We so appreciate you, and we do not take this for granted. We know it's a lot of work, and we continue to plug people into this program. Hey guys, number 3, you're right. But we did it building a hierarchy, and that's the most important thing. We have 85 REPs, 2,300 agents. I just go around selling life insurance. I was all about duplicating and sharing this with our team. And yes, number 3 all-time personal, but there's a saying in Primerica, there's only one number 1. This number 1 is to give you hope. Okay, of all the people who have ever joined this company, you're looking at the number 1 guy as far as the most shy, quiet, introverted, scared to death person who's ever joined this company. Growing up, I had no equal. I was the kind of kid when people came to visit our home, I would run and hide under my parents' bed, deathly afraid if someone said hello to me, I have to say hello back. I remember hitting the drive-through in McDonald's, my buddies in high school, trying to be cool. And they rolled down the window and there's that metal microphone thing, right, to speak your order. You know what I'm talking about? I was too afraid. I couldn't muster up the courage to speak my McDonald's order into the microphone thingy. I'd whisper my order to my buddy's ear and have him do it for me. There's only one number 1 because those shy, quiet, introverted. But I'm telling you, if you can believe in something, okay, God can do an amazing work through you. He doesn't call the qualified, he qualifies the called. And just the fact that you're here on this Zoom right now means he's calling you to go do something great and incredible and fulfill James 1:27, that pure and faultless religion to take care of widows and orphans in their time of distress. And the second commandment, which is love people as ourselves, is an expression and warms God's heart, which is exactly what we do here in Primerica. Never forget, you guys, as far as how, yes, you can make gobs of money. We're so blessed. We've been paid over $20 million in our career, but I'm more grateful to the amount of families we're able to touch. Think about that for a second. We change lives at Primerica. Never forget the number 1 root cause of marital distress and divorce is fighting about money and finances. According to the American Medical Association, the number 1 cause of high blood pressure, diabetes, heart attacks, strokes, even suicides is stress. The leading cause of stress is money stress. We have to heal and minister people in the area of their second biggest hurt. Their biggest hurt is spiritual, their second biggest hurt is financial, and we're the best at fixing that. And yes, you can get paid here too. Are you kidding me? We're in the money business. There's more money and money than anything else, and we dominate in this field. I'm going to share my screen for a second, and I'm going to show you some stuff that if you can just really press in, master it, plug in, hear it a bunch of times, share with your team, I promise it will change your life. So why Primerica Life? Let's go through it. First of all, there's 773 companies today in the United States that sell life insurance. There's actually the 772 versus us, the one, Primerica Life. And we're different. And people say, well, that's kind of arrogant. What makes you think you're so special and different? It's really obvious because all the other companies will sell you term insurance or cash value. And let me tell you exactly what their game plan is. To make their term insurance so god awful long term, it's actually a marketing strategy to sell more whole life and universal life because they make more money. And we're the only one that took a moral, ethical stand and markets term life insurance 100% of the time, no exceptions. You know, by the way, a cool line you can always use with people when they have cash value life insurance that gets them really thinking and perplexed is look them in the eye and say, what I'm about to share with you, I really, really, really wish I was wrong. I wish I was wrong. We all wish we were wrong. You know why? Because here's what's not up for debate. Cash value life insurance, whole life, universal life, pays way more commission than buy term invested difference. That's not up for debate. I wish I was wrong. If I would have sold you this program or the program you think about buying, I'd make a lot more money. So here's where we're at. We're either stupid and can't work a calculator. And by the way, we didn't get to 50,000 new clients a month by not being able to work a calculator, or we do what's right 100% of the time, and we wear that as a badge of honor. It's only one of two possibilities. We're stupid or we're right. We're stupid or we're right. We didn't get to where we're at by being stupid, okay? One thing I've taught my team since the beginning is this concept called only speak uniquenesses. Who's ever heard the saying, if you got it, flaunt it? And baby, we got it. We just got to do a way better job at flaunting it. So why fight with wiffle balls and water guns when you have access to tanks and fighter jets, okay? It's time for every one of us to put an electronic, imaginary dog collar around our neck that sends us a shock every time we speak any words anybody else can say. Let me give you some examples. If somebody says to you, what's the name of the company you work with? For God's sake, do not say Primerica. Why in the world would you want to do that? Why? If someone says to me, so what company are you with? My answer is this. I'm with Primerica. I'm not sure if you heard, but we're the only financial company in the United States welcoming north of 50,000 families a month who say our stuff is better what they had. Go ahead and switch me. We're the only one that promote total financial health, help people get debt-free, the best insurance, investment strategies that work, and even fix what's most broken, which is their income. And we're the only company expanding at the rate we are that's documented more people making 100,000, $500,000, $1 million a year than any company in the United States, and we offer ownership. Doesn't that sound a little bit better than just, I'm with Primerica? Anyone can say a company's name. A shock should come to your dog collar for saying that. If you got it, flaunt it, only speak uniquenesses. You guys market life insurance. How many people in Primerica say, yes, we do? Why would you want to do that? Why? When we got it, flaunt it. We should say, I'm glad you asked the question. Yes, we have the most unique life insurance program in the country that's by far the cheapest from the age you buy it, the age of 100, that covers the only two things that will stop you from taking care of your family. You'll learn all this in a second. And has some cool features that raises it down the road and no war or terror. This is the best in the country. And I'll go through this with you in a second. So here we go. Okay. Who's ever heard the saying, facts tell, stories sell? Come on, somebody. There's facts you heard this morning, you already forgot. There's stories you heard when you were a little kid, and you're 8, 9, 10 years old. I can show up in your bedroom at 3 o'clock in the morning and shake you and say, tell me that story you heard when you were 8 years old that your grandfather told you, and you can rattle off like that. Facts tell, stories sell. People forget facts, they remember stories, okay? Let me teach you something maybe you never heard before. The way you teach a thing, who knows we're an educational-based company, is to not talk about the thing. The way you teach a thing is not to talk about the thing, okay? When my kids were little, my wife made a killer salmon dish. It was awesome. I loved her when she makes salmon. And my kids refused to eat it because it was called salmon, but they like chicken. And finally she said to them, just listen, just eat it. It's nothing more than pink chicken. And now don't tell them this, they're actually 21, 19, and 17 now, but they still think it's pink chicken, okay? Because they didn't understand salmon, but they understood chicken. Okay, you ever heard of this guy named Jesus before? The King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the greatest teacher of all time, the Savior of the world. Even he knew, you know, if you want to teach a thing, you don't talk about the thing. He always talked about the kingdom of God is likened to a guy who finds a pearl, a master who's going on a trip. He always gave examples to teach the kingdom of God, but he never talked about what the kingdom of God is like other than through parables, analogies, and stories. And he's the best teacher of all time. So let's learn this together. How do you deal with people who don't have life insurance? And the answer is simple. You simply ask them this question: what order would you insure these three items in? Would you insure the house, the car, or this tree in your front yard? Which order? They'd probably say the house first, the car second. I don't want to insure a stupid tree. Good answer, okay? Let's change it up a little bit. What if that every Friday, that tree you were talking about, every leaf turned into a $100 bill that fell onto your lawn, okay? What if that tree did that every Friday? Now, which order do you want to insure stuff in? Forget the stupid house, forget the dumb car. I want to insure that tree. John, Mary, you're the tree. You're the tree. Every Friday, you bring in many, many, many $100 bills for your family. That's why you're supposed to insure yourself, because you're the tree in this example. You just said you would insure the tree, okay? Art Williams understood the way you explain a thing is not talk about the thing. He talked about what's called the 4 funny banking rules. We've all heard that before, but if you're looking to open a bank account and then the person says, we'd love to have your business. Here, we got these 4 rules. Cool, what are your rules? The first year, your balance is 0. Extremely low yield. You borrow your own money and pay 6% interest to us on your own money. And if you die, we're gonna keep your savings account. Would you ever knowingly open a bank account that worked that way? No way. Exactly, exactly. Okay, here's a few little more analogies to explain why whole life universal indexation life is bad. You ever been to a nice hotel before and get a room to sleep in? They'll give you a nice room at a decent rate. You ever have breakfast brought to your room? Can I ask you a question? Was that a good deal? No. Coffee, $9. Cereal, $14. An omelet, $19. Come on, all you value shoppers. That's not a good deal, because you asked a hotel whose job is give you a place to sleep to go above and beyond their job and bring food to your room. They'll do it with a smile on their face, but for huge fees, costs, and charges. That's exactly what whole life universal life is. You ask a life insurance company whose job is to give you life insurance to go above and beyond their job and handle your savings too. And they'll do it with a smile on their face, but for huge fees, costs, and charges. How about this one? Pretend, John and Mary, I know you think about, keeping this whole life policy. Pretend you had a call from your car insurance agent, and your car insurance agent says to you, I've got an incredible idea for you. You're like, okay, cool, what's that? I want you to send me an extra $200 every month on top of your car insurance premium. I want to open up a savings account inside of your car insurance policy. How does that sound? Let me tell you how that sounds. That's the most stupid idea I've ever heard in my life. Why would anybody want a savings account inside their car insurance policy? Exactly, exactly. And now they get it. The way you explain the thing is not talk about the thing. What are the experts saying? Susie Orman, do not, I repeat, do not buy any other type of life insurance than term. Dave Ramsey, cash value life insurance is one of the worst financial products available. A guy named Bruce, this guy from the Federal Trade Commission, who studied the computer, the deception, he said, what we found was not the usual portion of an industry, a solid responsible core with a few fringe operators on the side. We found was a whole industry built upon hiding the essential truths about its products to consumers, an industry built on the quicksands of deception. And this guy named, that's from Norman Dacey, Bruce Lefebvre said, if you want to buy life insurance, this is the acid test. Do you sell whole or universal life? This is the acid test. If you're in the market for life insurance and the agent sells whole universal life, hang up the phone immediately, okay? What about term insurance? I already got term insurance. Can I ask you a question? If you want to buy a car, is this the way you should phrase it? I want to buy a car with 4 tires and a steering wheel, okay? No, because 4 tires and a steering wheel does not exactly describe the car you really want. This car has 4 tires and steering wheel. So do these cars. A Rolls Royce, a Ferrari, a Tesla. So here's the deal. Here's Primerica life term compared to other term insurance. Do you want to buy a car? I already have a car. I mean, they already have term insurance. You don't understand. This car is faster than a Ferrari, superior quality and luxury than a Rolls Royce, more advanced technology than a Tesla, a 1,000,000-mile bumper-to-bumper warranty and stickers for $4,900. All of a sudden, everybody wants this car, okay? That's our term insurance compared to everything else. Let me explain, okay? So first of all, yeah, we'll do 10 years to 35-year level terms. Almost nobody's got that. And for those who are all price sensitive, that's all they care about the price. Here's some words you can use. Ready? Primerica Life is by far a runaway #1, the cheapest life insurance in the United States from the age you buy it until the age of 100, because you never know how long you live, okay? In other words, we have what's called industry leading renewal option. Every other company, when the term is done, it's like they kick them to the curb like a dirty, smelly dog, and they only give them 2 options. One is the renewal price at like 30 times more, or convert to whole life, which is the same thing, like 30 times more. We're the only one that offers 2 options. Now, we put that in fine print and hide it from people? Nope. Smack dab on the front cover of every Primerica Life policy you've ever seen, in bold print in the middle, on the page signed by the president and the secretary, is all you need to know, okay? No other term insurance in the country has this phrase. Exchangeable after 5 years to annual increasing premium, which by the way is 80 to 90% cheaper than anybody else's renewals, or decreasing term to age 100. What is whole life insurance? Decreasing term plus a cash value buildup. What do we offer? Because people say, well, whole life makes sense in perfect cases. Nope, it doesn't. All whole life is decreasing term and a cash value buildup. We offer the only term insurance in the market that you can sell to an 18-year-old. Give them a 35-year term. At age 53, the term is over, and you can convert to decreasing term and pay the same price from age 18 to age 100. No other term policy in the country has that. Our renewal prices. Here's an example of our price for this example compared to a bunch of companies you've heard of. And look at the renewal prices. As you can see, ours is significantly 70, 80% cheaper than most of them, okay? How about this one? We offer what's called an increasing benefit rider. No one else in the country offers that. What you do with John and Mary, the client, is always speak this question. John, Mary, I want you to finish this statement for me, please. Most people do not buy the amount of life insurance they need. They buy what they think they can afford. We have a feature where every year you can raise your coverage 10% based on the age you are now. No health questions, medical exams, or underwriting at all. You can get totally sick, it doesn't matter. And almost every death claim we deliver is for more money than the client even applied for. Nobody else can do that except for us, okay? We have this thing called banding. How do you explain banding? The way you teach a thing is never talk about the thing, okay? Have you ever gone to a grocery store, John and Mary, and bought 5 cans or bottles of anything? How about 11 cans or bottles of anything? How about 23 cans or bottles of anything? No. You know why? Because it's stupid. Everybody knows it's stupid. No one goes to a grocery store and says, give me 23 bottles of water. I don't need 24. Please give me 23. Because everyone knows at a case at 24, you get a discount. There's a discount with 6, 12, and 24. Let me bring this discount to life. Pretend you're talking to a person. He's 40 years old. He's mean, rude, rough. And here's how he opens up with you guys. I hate you insurance people. I don't trust any of you. Okay. Good start to an appointment, right? But he says, I want you to do me something. I'm 40 years old. I'm a tobacco user. Give me a 20-year term for $200,000. The price is $105 per month. At that moment, I'm going to risk my life and say, I know you said that's all you want. You don't trust me. And don't you dare try and sell me more. But sir, let's add a 10-year rider for $50,000. Stop right there. That's why I don't trust you people. Sir, the price goes down $3 a month. What? Yeah. Sir, are you married? Yeah, she's 38 years old. She's preferred plus. She works out 8 days a week. Let's add $250,000 on her. Stop right there. I'm not stupid. I know I need to cover my wife. I can't afford it. Why can't you understand that? Sir, the price is $105.27 after we add $250,000 on. We just added $50,000 on you, $250,000 on your wife, and the new premium is 28 cents per month cheaper than it was before. No other company on the face of the earth can do what I just showed you except for us, okay? What we just saw here was our 6-pack, 12-pack, 24-pack discount. In other words, we do 150, 250, and 500. In other words, there should be never, ever, ever a policy for 200 grand or 450 ever issued, okay? Because we offer discounts and you can have 10-year riders and do stuff that nobody else can do. You ever have someone say, hey, send me a quote for 100 grand of life insurance? I want a 30-year, 100 grand. I'm sending that quote all day long, 30-year, 100 grand with a 10-year rider for 150, and my price for 250 will smoke everybody else's for 100, okay? No one else can do that besides us. How about this thing called a terminal illness benefit? Listen, you look every single couple in the eye and speak these words. You guys are the kind of people, and by the way, make everybody the kind of people, the kind of person they really want to be. John, Mary, you guys are the kind of people, no matter what, you're gonna work hard and take care of your family. There's only two things that'll ever stop you from working hard and taking care of your family: if you die too soon or got too sick, okay? And our policy covers both. Now, how do you get people to understand that? You don't talk about the thing. You talk about something else. Let me put you this way, John and Mary. I know you got this coverage at work. I know you're paying $3 a month for it, and you think you're all set. Let me put you this way. That coverage at work only pays if you die. So pretend, John and Mary, you're in a store, Costco, whatever, looking to buy a flat screen TV. Bam, a 75-inch flat screen TV catches your eye. It's the best picture you've ever seen in your life. Now you look at the price. It's $99. Whoa, your head explodes. $99, flat screen TV, 75-inch, best picture I've ever seen. I'll take it. What if there's one thing you didn't know about this TV? And that is it has no sound and no volume. All of a sudden, $99 is too much to pay. All of a sudden, a penny is too much to pay. I would not pay 1 penny for a TV unless there's a picture and a sound. If it's missing one of them, it's not even a TV. That policy you guys have at work, you're paying $3.27 a month. You're paying $4.18 a month. Can I be really honest with you? You are getting ripped off blind. You are way, way, way overpaying. You are overpaying by $3.27 and $4.17. You're overpaying because it's not even a policy unless it covers the two things that can stop you from working hard and take care of your family. If you died or got sick. John, Mary, can I ask you a question? What do you hear more often out there? So-and-so dropped dead, or so-and-so has been diagnosed with fill in the blank. I hear this one way more often than I hear someone drop dead. What do you hear more often? So in other words, to max out our terminal illness benefit, we should be doing a whole bunch of, my hierarchy is not the biggest hierarchy in the country, not bigger than Buissons and Sharps, but my hierarchy probably leads the nation in policies for 625,000. Why that weird number? If they need more, give them more. If they need less, give them 625, because that's what it takes to max out that $250,000 terminal illness benefit. Okay, I'm gonna give you a little test that 99% of Primericans will flunk this test, okay? I sat with a lady, single mom, 2 boys in high school. She said, help me with my debt, help me with my investments. I don't need life insurance. I said, ma'am, you got these 2 boys depend on you. You don't have much going on right now. Why do you say you don't need life insurance? You don't understand. Their father is filthy rich. His parents are 10 times richer. If I died, it's like my sons won the lottery. They're rich. They have luxury everywhere they look. What do I need life insurance for? Most people in Primerica would totally agree with her. We have 2 benefits, not 1. I asked another question. I said, Mary, can I ask you a question? Anybody in your family, grandparents, parents, siblings, ever been diagnosed with cancer or some kind of a terminal illness? She goes, it's funny you mentioned that. 3 of my 4 grandparents died of cancer. My parents died of cancer. My brother died of cancer. I said, we have a feature. We'll pay out actually up to 400 grand with waiver premium. If you're diagnosed, as soon as you're diagnosed, you'll go get money to seek out the best treatments anywhere in the world. She goes, I'll take it. I said, I haven't told you what it costs. She goes, oh, you don't understand. I lay awake at night afraid of this stuff. I don't care what it costs. I'll take it. I need it now. And if there's no way you're ever going to sell me life insurance, to it doesn't matter what it costs, I need it now, because we offer 2 benefits, not 1. 2 benefits, not 1. How about child riders? There's 3 reasons people need our child rider. 1 is funeral expenses, of course. 2nd is time to mourn. People think, I don't need to cover my kids. Try losing a child and going to work the next day because you have to. Good luck with that. It's impossible. And the 3rd is guaranteed insurability up to 5 times more, up to $125,000, no matter if they're uninsurable. That's huge. Next, no war or terror clause. That's a huge deal. You know, back when September 11th happened, people died in planes and buildings. And the next day, the headlines read active war, war on terror. And almost none of those families got paid their life insurance money. Primerica, we're so proud of them. They had clients in every airplane, every building, and paid every single claim. And well, there's not been a September 11th since then. Oh, yes, there has been. Ever heard of these random shootings at churches, at synagogues, at Walmarts, at concerts? Okay, now have you ever heard of riots before? I don't care if it's a plane hitting a building or random shootings or riots. Those are not crimes of murder. Those are crimes of terror. And we do hear about those all the time. And our company's one of the few companies out there does not have a war or terror clause, and that's a big deal. Okay, guys, be assumptive because it's obvious why we're better. So you're telling me I'm paying for both insurance and savings, and the company keeps my money if I die, and that's legal? Exactly. Even this little kid gets it. Let me just close with this. Who needs Primerica Life? Okay, do single people need Primerica Life? Last I checked, the purpose of life insurance is not to protect your spouse and children if you die. The purpose of life insurance is to protect your loved ones if you die. When I was 22 years old, I was asked a question. Is there anybody I love that's not financially independent? I said, my parents are broke, my sisters are broke. 8 years before I got married, 9 years before my first kid, I bought life insurance from Primerica because I needed it, okay? And by the way, if someone's married and one of them gets cancer, the other one's still working and can help take care of that person. If a person is single and he or she gets cancer and they can't work anymore, how many incomes are left? Single people need the terminal illness benefit even more than married people. Married and have kids, that's the obvious one. How about empty nesters? Do they need coverage? Last I checked, another word for life insurance is income protection. So John, Mary, I know what you're thinking. You have $12,000 on your mortgage. Your kids are grown. You think you don't need life insurance. Can I ask you a question? How much do you guys depend on those little part-time jobs you guys have and your pension and your Social Security? Well, we depend on it, okay? So if something happened to one of you, can the other person continue the same way? No. Well, another word for life insurance is income protection. And I'm not a medical statistician, but if I said to you, I know someone who's been diagnosed with cancer, did you picture somebody 3 years old or more like 60 or 70? I'm not a statistician, but probably the older you get, the more likely you could diagnose. And their life savings was not for the purpose of blowing it on medical expenses. How about business partners? That's an obvious one. You can do a lot in that area, helping small businesses with business partners keep peace. If one of them dies or got sick, the company can have some money to hire a replacement and keep paying the spouse. Okay. How about wealthy people? Like if I die, my wife's going to get $100,000 a month growing for life. I still carry $4 million of life insurance. I got about a dozen ministries. I'm leaving money behind. A good man leaves inheritance for his children and his children's children. And we're called to take care of widows and orphans, take care of the poor, spread the gospel of Christ. I want to make sure it's all well-resourced, whether I'm here or not, okay, whether I'm here or not. And who knows about estate planning laws in the future, definitely another possibility that they will need it too. So I hope this and pray this really helped you guys. I hope and pray that it's gonna make a massive difference for you. I hope and pray that this changes your life like it did mine and my hierarchy. And I'm always here for you guys. Feel free to message me if I can help you anyway. God bless you all. Turn back over to you guys.
Wow, guys, that was amazing. I don't know how many of y'all understand and have the knowledge of what we truly offer just on the income protection side. There is nothing out there like this. And I just went through a coaching phone call this morning when I left the gym. One of my agents called me, and it was about an AIG, their term life. because their term life was cheaper. God had it 10 years earlier, right? But when we understand that no term life compares to our term life, because he's got to convert to whole life in 15 years. Because I know AIG makes him convert to whole life in 15 years. So at 52 years old, he's got to convert to whole life, and he'll be paying $400 or $500 a month, right? We have to know our products inside and out. Asaad just broke it down to us. And hey, guys, that's going to be on the app. If you're not listening to that thing 10 or 11 times and taking that verbiage and putting it in your heart and in your mind to where you can spit that at somebody, we should not leave any home with anybody with any protection other than our protection, okay? Or we're doing them the biggest disservice we could. Now, building wealth takes time, and that's something that we can help with, because we can help with the money, all right? Or we can help them just with the investments and dollar cost averaging or moving with fees. But the major thing that we have to put in place is the income protection, because we all have a time and a place that God's going to call us home, right? We don't know when that clock is ending. All right. It might be 24 years from now, it might be 40 years from now, it might be 20 minutes from now, right? You never want to leave a home because you didn't feel like you had enough knowledge to educate them on why we're so much better. And I think Asaad breaking it down the way he did, guys, if y'all don't dig into this and just take it to heart and internalize it, I mean, you're crazy not to, okay? This is where you sit down the very first time. And this is the last thing I go over with any client is the income protection, right? Because that's the one thing that I make them agree with on the front end that we're going to take care of if the math makes sense, right? And then I explain to them the difference of our term versus everybody else's term, because everybody doesn't understand what insurance is about. It's income protection. We're not protecting their life. We're protecting the income their life was going to make over the next 25, 30 years, right? That's a huge difference. That's a huge difference in the lifestyle and the legacy you're going to leave behind. And that's why you see so many GoFundMes out here, because so many people have these pseudo insurance policies they think are protecting them. You know, like, hey, how many people y'all have heard? I got group life. I'm good. I pay $8 a month for it. Yeah, go buy a lotto ticket. You know, hope you don't die within 30 days. That's a benefit your company gives you. When you're no longer active, you no longer have the benefit, right? And then you can't get insurance because you have a terminal illness, all right? It's broken plans, but because people have no literacy when it comes to income protection. All right. And this morning, we're just going to talk about income protection, guys. But this is the most important thing that we can do is take that $500 million check, take that $750,000 check, right? Make sure they have the proper amount. Make sure you know your break points, guys. All right. Yeah. Hey, is it going to make it cheaper and cut your commission? It is. But that client's going to love you so much because they know you lost money saving them dadgum money that they're going to call everybody they dadgum know and let's say, hey, I just met a real financial coach that really cares about me and my family and a company that's freaking amazing. And I got more insurance for less. And the guy showed me how to cheapen it up when he gets paid off the premium, right? That's the crusade that Art brought here, right? That's what we've lost. All right. So many people are so willing just to take a daggum quote and make a sale and be like, well, hey, they just wanted that. No, they wanted that, right? They don't know what they need, right? Like when you buy a house, does the bank do what you want them to do? Do you get to buy the insurance you want to buy? Or the insurance the bank needs to cover their butt? Any, right? Because the bank, that house is worth than what they put up. So they make you buy the policy that's going to cover it 110%, right? You don't have an option. Right? Who's paying for the daggum house? Your income, right? So we have to be able to sit down and educate them and show them the difference between our term and their term. And guys, we should be able to, if y'all can internalize this and be able to talk to people about this, if you're sitting down with 5 to 6 people a week, you should be knocking down income protection every time you're talking to them. This is something that I just won't back up from. My wife calls me a little bit abrasive. But sometimes, man, you gotta grind on them a little, right? Because what they believe is what they've been taught, all right? But the facts are the facts. And if you'll go through and steal some of those PowerPoints, because hey, it is on the Landrum app, okay, guys? So you can go through and access it. Steph will have it on the Landrum app by the first of the week. And this is going to be amazing, guys. There's so many, like the difference of what happens at the end, man, it's totally different. The end of terms, we guarantee with no health questions. Nobody does that for a new term policy up to 100 years old. There's nobody out there that does that. Now, there's other companies guarantee conversion. Yeah, if you can afford whole life. Now, how many people in their 50s and 60s can afford another $500 or $600 a month? No, they need to be putting that towards retirement, right? Because their retirement's short as is. So guys, this is something that is super passionate about what we're talking about. This is where we're going. This leads to the bookends, okay? Because when you show people this and the crusade and the heart that you have for them, and that you're really there to help and teach and educate, and you're not there to sell them nothing, right? Then they're way more interested in what you're doing. That makes the recruiting side so much easier and so much more attractive to helping people and being an educator, not a daggum salesman. Nobody wants to be a salesman. Life insurance is a dirty daggum word, but income protection and building a legacy and taking care of your family and really going out there and changing your community. And when something does tragically happen, then you're the hero that gets to step in and give the family time to mourn. You get to wipe out the debt and invest the difference, right? And really make a difference in somebody's life. Guys, we're world changers. I mean, you are the most important person they're going to meet financially. It's just whether or not you step up to the plate and become that person, okay? And closed mouths don't get fed, guys. Do not be afraid to stand up and tell the truth. All right. So many people are like, well, I didn't want to be abrasive. They're friends with that guy. I don't give a flying flip who he is, right? It can be their daddy, their brother, their sister, their mother. I don't care who sold it to them.
Mostly it's deacons at churches.
But I mean, they usually the agents don't even know the difference. They just know they get paid more, right? Because they're so uneducated on their own products. I know our company's products inside and out, but I know the enemy's products inside and out. Like when I got the phone call this morning about AIG, I know exactly what happens at the end of that. Why? Because I've replaced the heck out of them and I've studied them. You have to be a student of the game. All right. You have to constantly be skilling up. All right. And if we don't know the simple bookends and how to skill up on the bookends, then it makes it impossible for us to grow the business and grow our dream and a team with it. Okay. Knowledge is attractive. We get paid for that knowledge gap. When you can sit down with a client and show them how to compress the whole family into one policy and cheapen it up and get 3 to 4 times the coverage for half the price, they're going to love you, right? And they're going to do business with you. Referrals aren't an issue. Recruiting's not an issue. Everything runs smoother. We have to skill up, guys. We have to dig in and get better, right? To get bigger, right? All right, we're going to be bad. We'll be good. We'll be better. And then we'll be great, all right? And I'm looking for greatness. That's what we're searching for. I want to be great. Every day I'm trying to skill up. I'm going to internalize this whole daggum thing. All right. I'm not going to quit till the tank is daggum empty, but when the tank is empty, the cup's going to be full. Amen. All right. So that's what I want y'all all to do. I want y'all to go out there and burn this thing up for the next 30 days, internalize this, know your product inside and out, and go out there and kill it. I hope y'all have a blessed Saturday. Do not forget to plug in for David and Jill. They have an amazing talk Jill's been working on for Thursday. And remember, this is going to be 7 Central Standard Time instead of the normal 6. Okay, guys. Can't wait to see. Oh, yeah. I see Steve laughing up there. We get all mixed up. We're in so many different states right now. We missed 3 appointments because we don't understand specific Eastern and Central Standard. We're going to get a couple of different clocks in the office now. But another thing I want to talk to you about real quick before we go is expanding your vision. All right. That's why we got the Chaffins coming on. Expanding your vision. All right. Because all of us probably went to high school with people that moved off. We have family members that have moved off. We went to college with people that have moved off, had careers with people that have moved off, people that are way across the country, out of the state. We haven't stopped and done business with those people and reached out to those people. And I promise you, they need the opportunity. They definitely need the education and the protection and need to know what's going on. And they need your help. We need to open up our vision and we need to take advantage of the Zoom and this app and the ability that we have to sit at home and grow so much faster, right? We can do what Mike and David did in 3 to 5 years, what took them 10 to 15 years to do, right? So if we truly have the heart to be a winner, we want to change something for our daggum family, let's set a fire under our butt and let's go get the daggum thing done. Okay, guys? We love y'all. We'll see y'all at the top. Love y'all.